Welcome to The Explainer. If you've ever felt like you're just not getting the most out of AI at work, this is for you. Today, we're going to explore how to move past giving simple commands and really start treating AI as a strategic partner. We're shifting from just telling it what to do to building a real collaboration.
So, let's make this real. Imagine your boss drops this on your desk. Hey, plan the 50-person team offsite. It's a huge project, right? A ton of moving parts, and honestly, it can feel pretty overwhelming. But it's also the perfect kind of challenge to show just how powerful a more advanced approach to AI can be. Because if you just type plan a team offsite into an AI, you're doing exactly this. It's like walking up to a coworker and saying, "Get me a sandwich." You're going to get something, but chances are it's not what you actually wanted. The AI is ready to help, but without clear communication, you're just setting yourself up for disappointment.
I mean, the difference is night and day, isn't it? The prompt on the left is just a vague idea. But the one on the right, that's the beginning of a real plan. Just by adding some basic context, the what, the who, the when, and really importantly, the why, we get a much better starting point. But for a project this big, we're going to need a lot more than just one good prompt. We need a real strategy. And that leads us perfectly into our first major technique. To tackle a big, complex project, we need to think in a sequence, a chain of steps. It's this really powerful idea called prompt chaining.
Prompt chaining is exactly what it sounds like. Think of it like an assembly line for your ideas. You break down that huge project into smaller, more manageable steps, and the output from step 1 becomes the input for step 2, and so on. You're not just barking one big order, you're guiding the AI through the entire creative process, step by step.
So for our team offsite, the chain could look something like this. First, we'd start by having the AI brainstorm some themes and goals. Then, using those themes, we'd have it develop a few different itinerary options. After that, we could draft a communication plan, and finally, create a budget outline. You see how each step flows logically from the one before it? That's how you build something big without getting totally lost.
Okay, so we've got our structure, we've built our chain. But how do we make sure every single link in that chain is as strong as it can possibly be? Well, that brings us to our second technique, refining the chain with what I call powerful phrases. Now look, these aren't magic spells or anything. They're just specific phrases that change how the AI thinks. They don't just tell it what to do, they give it guardrails, a perspective, and they kind of force it to reason on a more complex level to get you that really high-quality result.
For example, once we have those brainstormed themes from step 1, we can use a phrase like this. We're asking the AI to put on a different hat, to act like an HR manager, and critique its own ideas. This is such a brilliant move. It instantly stress tests your plan, finding potential problems with a budget or inclusivity before you even have to think about them.
Or how about this one? Instead of just accepting the first idea the AI spits out, you can demand alternatives. Ask for 3 completely different versions. And notice this other little trick. We're also setting the tone. This makes sure the output doesn't just have the right information, but it also has the right feel for your team.
And this is a big one. You can also use these phrases to set hard limits. This is absolutely crucial for keeping a project on track. By telling the AI to focus exclusively on certain constraints, like a budget or travel limits, you stop it from wasting time on impractical, pie-in-the-sky ideas and keep everything grounded in reality.
Okay, so we've chained our prompts, we've used powerful phrases, and we've got a great-looking first draft. But our work is not done yet. This next step is what really separates the amateurs from the pros. We have to do the reality check. Let me be crystal clear here. This part is non-negotiable. You are the expert. You are in the driver's seat. The AI gives you a fantastic starting point, an amazing first draft, maybe even a 90% solution. But it's always your professional responsibility to review it, to verify it, and to own that final product. So before you hit send, before you share anything, you need to run the AI's work through these 4 pillars. Is this information actually correct? Are the venues it suggested even open? Is there any hidden bias here? Are the activities inclusive for everyone? Is this actually what I asked for? And finally, does it all fit together? Is the tone consistent? This is your final quality check. All right, this next technique, it might be my favorite. It's the real pro move that unlocks a much deeper collaboration. It's one simple change that shifts the entire dynamic from you just giving orders to having a true back-and-forth dialogue with your AI.
It's this one sentence. That's it. By adding this to your initial prompt, you're not just giving a command anymore. You're inviting a conversation.
You're literally giving the AI permission to poke holes in your request, and they help you find the blind spots that you probably missed.
And just look at the difference this makes. The path on top is messy. It's a lot of trial and error. But the bottom path is so much more streamlined. Why? Because the AI gets to ask those clarifying questions up front. You can ask about the budget or dietary needs before it starts working, which means that very first output is so much closer to what you need. It saves a ton of time.
So let's bring this all together. When you combine prompt chaining, these powerful phrases, a final reality check, and this incredible idea of inviting questions, you really do create a brand new kind of partnership with AI.
You basically move from the left side of this image to the right. It's not just a simple tool that does what you say anymore. By using this more structured, collaborative approach, you've elevated the AI into a true strategic partner, one that can help you brainstorm, stress test your ideas, and turn a vague goal into a really solid plan.
So the big takeaway here is this. Start thinking bigger. Stop just using AI for the simple stuff, like drafting a quick email. Instead, I want you to think about that one big, complex project that's sitting on your desk right now. What is it? And how can you use these techniques to finally tackle it with a new partner? That's the new frontier. And now, you have the tools to go explore it.